There's a pattern that you're breaking right now that is making people around you question everything that they knew about you. I have the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Cups reversed. Your pattern in the past was to prove yourself to people. If people didn't believe in you, they didn't see you for you, you took it as your responsibility to show them, prove to them that you are the person you say you are. And therefore it's like you're looking for their approval. You're looking for them to validate you. And that would keep you stuck a lot in situations. I had the Eight of Swords. This actually kept you stuck and stagnant and at the will of someone else, looking to them for validation. But I see that this pattern is starting to shift within you. As I have the Ace of Wands at the top of the deck, along with the Hierophants, you're no longer caring about what people think about you to the extent that you used to. Of course, you still care about these people, but you're realizing like it's not your responsibility to prove to someone your worth, or maybe at some point someone pedestalized you and now they're de-pedestalizing you and they're making you not true in their mind. They're creating literally a fantasy self of you in order to cope with their own shadows, their own realities. And you're just recognizing like, that is not my responsibility anymore. I do not care if you do not see me, because that's not my burden to hold. You've done a lot of work on yourself to get to this point. You've done a lot of trial and error, and you've been in this position many times where someone that once you maybe thought saw you for all of you, they no longer do. And they're projecting their own fears and limiting beliefs onto you and onto the situation. And that's where I feel you're accepting, like, there's nothing I can do. I'm not in the game of convincing any longer. It's like, either you see me or you don't, or you come with respect or genuine curiosity, but I'm not willing to diminish parts of myself, to make myself smaller, to shrink myself in order to meet you and your expectations. So in that way, you're really taking your power back now and your sovereignty. And I think that speaks more to your character than any sort of preconceived notion of you possibly could. I think that teaches this person more about you than you trying to convince them about you ever would. So there's something here that's extreme when it comes back to you taking back your power and really trusting that if this person can't see you, if they can't be in your life any longer, then that's how it is. Or even if they're still in your life and they can't see you, that's okay. It's just going to be more of a surface level connection than depth. And that's all right. I have the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. It's like when people come to you with lack, or they feel like, you're lacking in a way, so that affects them. It's like you almost show up with even more love and more compassion for them, because you recognize where this trigger or this wounding is coming from. And unfortunately, it betrays the trust in the relationship. But that doesn't mean that you are walking away bitter or that you are, mad about the situation. It could be valid. But also, I feel like at the end of the day, when those feelings are processed, you're still coming at them with love, even if it's just on a soul-to-soul level, where it's not in the physical. You're coming at them with love and wholeness and recognizing their sovereignty, their wholeness, and that they're choosing, they have every right to choose however they want to live their life. And so you give them that permission to misinterpret you, misunderstand you, and you're still going to show up with love for them. It's like this person did not give you grace where you would have given them grace. And that's the hard pill to swallow here. But still, at the same time, you can recognize where them not giving you grace is not a reflection of you, and it's coming back to their own wounding. And you still have the capacity and the love to hold space for that, even if it breaks the foundations of your connection and breaks the trust and the loyalty. If your relationship is changing because of those facts now, you still have that compassion and that space of love for them. And that's beautiful. And I think that's rare. And I think that's what this person will realize eventually if they're reflective enough, if they're curious enough, is that your ability to stay solid within yourself in situations that are turbulent, that is a rarity. And that's something that not everyone possesses. And I think they learn a lot from you from that, and they just really admire you for that. And doesn't mean it doesn't still hurt like hell. It doesn't mean that this was justified at all. It just means that you're coming in with compassion when you could come in with anger and with, I think those feelings are still real. The heartbreak, the betrayal, those things are still real. But it's like you're taking your hands off the wheel of responsibility for how this plays out from here. Because that person did their actions, they did what they did, and you absorbed it, and you chose where to move from there. And I feel like you actually moved with compassion and honesty and integrity. And that's not something to overlook or bypass here. I think this person wanted you to meet them on that same level of ego, of control. And it's like you witnessed it. You didn't suppress your emotions, but also you didn't leave it in distress. I feel like you left the situation with grace. And that's something very special. And I also feel like you're not worried about the karma. I have justice. You're not worried about the karma because you really trust that Lady Karma always makes her rounds and that person is going to get what they're wanting and desiring. If they want someone they can control, or they want someone they can manipulate or form into how is the most comfortable for them, then maybe they'll find that, and maybe they find that it's not all it's cracked out to be. It's their journey now. What I see is like you're really committed to not overgiving where it's not necessary for you to overgive. You're really starting this new path. And this is new for you. I think in the past you'd really try to stick around and prove your worth and fight for the person and whatever it looks like. But now it's like, okay, I've been down that so many times that I'm gonna just choose myself and let that person just be. I don't understand everything, and I don't need to understand everything. Their confusion is not my responsibility. My purpose and my focus now is on myself and making sure I'm cultivating peace within me and around me. So that's your main priority now. And I feel like because of that, you're breaking this trauma bond and this addiction to past energies. So you're feeling very powerful at this time, and it wasn't easy, but you came with grace and you're leaving with grace. And I think that has the most impact on everything around you.